Did they start? Oh, hello.
All right, we got 59 minutes.
All right, hello everyone. I am Direwolf20, and welcome to the FTB panel. Hello. So this panel is about professional mod packs in Minecraft. We've got several distinguished people here who are responsible for and involved in the creation and maintenance of mod packs. And I think we should start off by introducing everybody. So we'll start down there at the left, Mr. Dark Osto, who's luckily, he's celebrating his birthday today.
He is.
So happy birthday, Dark Osto, and tell us every day, and tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Dark Osto. I am a Twitch streamer and a Modpack developer.
Cool. Well.
Indeed, my name is Wild. I also stream on Twitch and been making mod packs for far too long.
Yep. My name is TFox83, and I'm the lead mod pack developer for Feed the Beast.
My name's Slowpoke. I'm the founder of Feed the Beast.
And my name's Quetzi, and I'm Feed the Beast Director of IT, and I also stream.
Yay.
Cool. So the format of this panel is we're just going to do some introductions, some discussion points, and then we're probably going to be opening up to audience questions. So start thinking of some questions that you'd like to ask these guys, and in a few minutes here, I'll probably ask you guys to stand up and start lining up for questions. So before we really begin, I think we should start off with an introduction for those who may not be aware of what FTB is and what you guys are about. So show of hands first in the audience, who here has used either FTB or Curse or one of the packs that the FTB team has made? All right, very cool.
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't? All right. Like, almost everyone is lying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn it to Slowpoke to kind of give us a history of, you know, what got FTB started and why was it created in the first place and how has it evolved over the years?
So Feed the Beast basically started 4 or 5 years ago now. I've lost track of time, and it started off as a map that we distributed through the Minecraft forums. Reasonably popular, and people like Direwolf played it along with Nearby Gamer. Mm-hmm. And over time, we wanted to find a way to give access to that to more people, so the FTB launcher was created, and we distributed that, and a few more people played the map, and a few more people started to play the mod pack that came with the map, but without the map, and we just evolved over time from that into actually making mod packs more than maps these days, and now we have something like 100 to 150 people that work across the board on developing and producing mod packs when it comes to including the beta team and the different developers that we've got and artists and people like Quetzi who runs the servers in the background and stuff like that, and it's just evolved over the last 4 years.
And how did you guys get into or get introduced to Feed the Beast? We'll start down the line.
My first experience was basically when I was picking up just modded Minecraft in general, as the first things you do are kind of ask where to get those mod packs, where do you, which ones to pick up. So I went through and downloaded the FTB launcher, started looking through packs, playing through them just to get an idea of what's available.
Cool.
I started back in 147 making my own pack with a bunch of friends, and that was fun, except we kept breaking the server, so I thought we'd actually try a pack. And went across to a pack, and there were some problems that I found with some of the configuration, some of the setup of them, and they weren't updated or whatever. And so I literally approached FTB and said, do you want a hand with some stuff? And it just rolled on from there pretty much.
And you brought Dark Osso on as well, didn't you?
Yep, yeah, true.
Yeah, like Dark Osso joined us through Wild. He joined us on the panel. And since then he's been part of Feed the Beast. It was kind of cool.
Actually, the funny story is that because T-Fox didn't make it that weekend, because T-Fox was not there, I took his place, and that's how I ended up being part of the whole experience that I've been through. So thanks.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Thanks for not showing up, T-Fox.
I started with FTB about 2.5, 3 years ago on the third-party team, and about almost 2 years ago joined the mod pack development team, and Yeah. I started playing FTB, if anybody knows.
Yeah, move his hand
Sorry.
away.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers Feed the Beast Ultimate, that was the first pack that I played on the FTB launcher. It was before I was part of the team, but I spent a long time playing that pack. Still one of my most favorite mod packs on FTB.
Cool. Q?
There's no point in asking me.
Yeah.
No, I think we all know where
You
Slow
already
was
answered
introduced
Slow.
to Feed the Beast. I actually started, I was watching Slow's stream of Dire and Nearby playing the first Bedrock map, and then following from that, then playing the Pyramid map that we all know and love.
Is that when he took 4 hours to find iron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I ended up streaming that map as one of my first streams. And 16 hours into the stream, I realized that I was still streaming. And that's kind of, I stuck with that ever since. So that was really my introduction to Feed the Beast. And then somehow,
How did you join the team?
I don't know, I
Neither
just
do I.
got caught up.
It's about a year ago.
Yeah.
Less than a year ago. Yeah.
It just happened. It was
found-
You just assumed that I was going to be there, I think, in the end. And that's kind of
So
what
you're a
happened.
hanger-on technically?
I'm basically, you need babysitting,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's my job. So I just kind of fell into it.
So I think a lot of what spurned the generation of FTB was the need to make it easier for people to get mods that work together. Because earlier in the olden days of modding, and even still a little bit today, it's harder to get and find mods in the right place, download them from the right place, and get them installed and working together. So what are some recommendations you have for the people out there that maybe haven't used mod packs before, or parents of kids who want to use mods and they don't know how to install them because they don't know how to install them?
Yeah, I mean, first off, is there anybody here who doesn't know how to install mods at all? Because I know we had some this morning.
Yep.
So there are a few, right? So, I mean, Feed the Beast is one option, but it's not the only option. If you do go onto Google and just type in mods in Minecraft, I'm sure you'll find various options. There's FTB. The main one at the moment is made by a company called Curse, the Curse client, which is being built to be extremely friendly with new people. On top of that, you've also got something called AT Launcher, which does something similar, and Technic, again, they do something similar. But what it boils down to now, if you're just getting into mods, what you kind of want to do is look for a program which will install the mods for you in packs that have been pre-made by other people, because that will make the process much simpler for you. So if you go into Google and look up Curse, for instance, and type in Minecraft client, it will take you to a download, and you can just download that. And in that, there'll be a little button that says Minecraft. If you click on that, you'll find thousands of mods and hundreds of mod packs that you can use very simply. It's almost like a case of using vanilla Minecraft. You just press on one button, and then it opens up the Minecraft launcher, as you all know, I'm sure, if you're playing vanilla. And from there, it will install a profile, and you can just play it as normally. Except at this point, you'll have mods installed on top of the base game. So these days, it's a much simpler process than it used to be when we all started out, and we were doing copy and pasting. But they're kind of designed nowadays to make it so no matter what your level of expertise with computers, you're going to be able to play modded Minecraft as well as vanilla Minecraft.
So the other thing I'll mention to add to that is you should use a client like the Curse client or AT Launcher or one of those more well-known clients. Unfortunately, there are unscrupulous people out there on the internet. I know, it's surprising to hear, but they do exist. And they will download someone else's mod and rehost it themselves and maybe sometimes put malicious things in there. So definitely stick with something reliable like the Curse client that you can trust.
Yeah,
What's
the
that?
big thing with the
Minecraft
Curse
forums?
client is that your username and password from Minecraft, you don't put it into anything that they own. It goes into the vanilla launcher.
Yep.
So you know that your account's going to be secure as long as Mojang is secure. So
So that's a big point, right? So just be careful where you download mods from. Curse is usually the most safe one, or the Minecraft forums themselves.
yeah.
Cool. Anybody else to add anything to that? No? All right. So one thing that I think everybody who's intimate with the modding scene is familiar with is 1.7.10 was maybe the golden age of modding, right? I think
Yeah.
everybody can kind of agree that that was probably one of the best modding scenes that we've had, and 1.10 is starting to catch up. So I'd like to hear from everybody here on the panel. What did you think of 1.7.10? Maybe like what were some of your favorite mod packs or some of the things that you worked on? And then maybe after that, we'll talk about maybe the future of what's coming. So what did you work on in 1.7.10, or what did you like about it?
So right now, I could actually have a really good direct comparison because I'm currently along, with Wild and we're the maintainers of Sky Factory. So I've been working on Sky Factory since I think May. Is that when I started doing updates and whatnot for it? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So since May, and I'm currently working on, and it's been announced already, so it's not like a big surprise, but Sky Factory 3 right now. So I have a direct comparison of Sky Factory in 1.7.10 to Sky Factory in 1.10.2. I will say that right now there is a smaller percentage of mods compared to 1.7.10. I've probably had to have more custom mods created for things that just don't exist, some mechanics that are necessary because, I mean, a lot of the open, survival, regular world gen packs, those have a lot of what you need because basically it's vanilla plus. We're taking all of that away. It's a big void world, so we have to have some things in place. Everything from how the world is generated to items that make it, some of those items available when you don't have world gen. I would say as far as performance and just playability goes, 1.10.2, I love much, much better. I think it's there's a lot more possibilities with 1.10.2. I like kind of pushing and being, right at the front of what we have available. But the only thing is we're so early that we don't have the cleanliness, the refined, mods that we have in 1.7.10. And there's just a mod pretty much for everything in 1.7.10. I think last time I counted, there was over 3,000 mods just on Curse alone for 1.7.10. So it's growing for sure. It's not anything that I felt in 1.9, 1.9.4. I didn't feel as good about it. I was worried, but once we hit 1.10.2 and where we are now, I feel great about it. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same line. I think the 1.7 environment it lasted for a very long time, including when 1.10 was here. The 1.7 environment still kept being developed, still being updated, and some mods were still being released at that point. It really was this wide selection that you could do. So if you had an idea, like this little golden thing, nugget of idea, you could actually build a pack around it because there were just so many options out there. And if one little thing didn't quite fit, there was something else you could grab to make that fit. When we're building up Sky Factory 3, there are just gaps. So we're not at that same level with the variety of mods, but they're growing, and they're growing quite rapidly. The thing that I find significantly is that we talk about how 1.7.10 was great for modding. 1.10 is great for vanilla. That's what I'm finding, and I may be one of the minority, but I think the combat changes are great. I think 1.10 brings enough in vanilla that alone is a significant step forward. The mods will take time to catch up to the same level because time is time. The mods will actually catch up. Once they do, I think it's going to be a significant platform.
For people also like Wild and I, we both like to work and play hardcore packs, and I think that combat update is something that really fits extremely well. You have to think about what you're doing, and you have to really plan. It's a great thing to have for people like us in the packs we make.
I would say my favorite pack probably to make in 1.7.10 was Infinity Expert Mode. We had a lot of fun making that pack. It took a long time, a lot of work, but it was really fun. And 1.10 I'm really looking forward to. It's not quite ready for something like Infinity Expert Mode, but we are working on Infinity now for 1.10. But I agree with them. There's big gaps in content, but it's coming together. And so far in testing, of course there's memory leaks here and there, but that's the same way it was 2 years ago when 1.7 started. So it takes 6 months for a new version with Forge and everything to iron out and get all the mods on it. And but I'm enjoying working on 1.10.2 better than 1.7. It's just different. 1.7 you had every mod you could think of available to you, and it was stable because it had been out for a year and a half. So it's but I think it's good that we're finally moving forward, and I'm definitely looking forward to 1.10 and into the future.
For me, I think that one of the things I've been saying to people over the last couple of months is that people need to recognize that one of the reasons that 1.7 was the golden age that it was because of something called RF energy and Cough Core and the work that King Lemming did with people like Zeldo and Skyboy and that, because it gave access to things like a power system and that was really easy to tap into for mods, and a lot of mods adapted it. And that's caused a few difficulties into 110 because RF energy isn't being updated by King Lemming because he's got a real life and he's moved on to better and other things, as is totally fine. But, I mean, I've been speaking to Lex Manos from Forge, and I'm sure some of you might have seen this, that not RF energy itself, but something, a more basic version of that, may be put into Forge itself, which means that in the future we're going to have something consistent where if you're making a mod, or if a mod developer is making a mod, they can tap into this basic system if they want to. It's not something that's forced on them. It's something that they can choose to tap into. And if they still want to make a more complex system, they can still do that. And we're already seeing the results of this in 110, where we're getting a variety of energy systems coming out, which might take us back to the time where we had 4 or 5 energy systems working in Minecraft. Now, whether those energy systems are tech-based or if they're magic-based or whichever way they choose to go, I think right now we're at the position where we were at the beginning of 1.7, where there isn't a massive variety of mods, but because of the improvements that the guys at Mojang have made in 110 to the engine and the stability improvements, I think that over the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to enter another really good age of modding, where we're going to get massive improvements in stability and massive improvements from mod developers. It's going to have new ways of doing rendering.
Big performance
Yeah,
increases.
huge performance increases. And that's kind of where FTB focuses its energy now, is making sure that servers are as stable as possible for as many people as possible over a long period of time, so that you're not just like one of the things with expert mode in Infinity, and I'm sure some people here have played that. You'll notice that that isn't designed to be played over a week or two. It's designed to be played over months. One of the biggest streamers of the game, Giant Waffle, he's just completed 100 days, was it, on that? Like it was a massive amount of content. And my point is that we want you to be able to play that type of content over that length of time with more than just yourself, with lots of people. And that's what the stability improvements will do moving forward from this point.
Great. Anything to add there, Q?
I mean, for me, the golden age of modding wasn't so much 1.7.10 as some of the earlier versions, because I'm more of an old school style player. And a pack like expert mode is the kind of thing that appeals to me. And going forward in 1.10, I think to a degree, some of the systems that we've gotten used to in 1.7.10 will almost have the reset button hit on them, and they're going to have a little bit more progression in some of the mods that are being updated and ported. So 1.10 is looking to be a much look forward to version to play for me, definitely.
Yeah, I think T-Fox could probably expand on this more. The Infinity Expert Mode taught us a lot of lessons because it was the first time we'd ever done anything like that. And we're going to probably take those lessons forward into 1.10 to do different things, which should be really exciting as well.
I've got a top Infinity expert in 1.7, so it's going to be a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. Be evil.
Evil.
And the other thing I'll mention is, right, like, so Mojang just announced 1.11, right? And it, luckily, since 1.8 hit, updates have been easier and easier for modders, to the point where 95% of mods that were developed for 1.9 just worked in 1.10 without any code changes, which that's the first time that's ever happened. And playing on Forgecraft, we went from 1.9 to 1.10 without resetting the world and without updating any mods.
Yeah, I did the same thing with FTB Unstable. We were able to just simply update it to 1.10 and nobody had to reset worlds or anything.
Right.
It's the first time we've ever been able to do that.
Yeah. And we don't know if that's going to be the same case for 1.11, but we're hoping that the future is coming where it'll be easier and easier to update from one version to the next.
Yeah.
And, we'll just have to
We'll
rely on
just
poor
let
Grum
Rex
over
get
there
hold of
who's
it and see.
grinning like an idiot. He's like, no.
So, Grum, is it going to be an easy update or a hard update? Things in inventory are going to break. So we're probably locked on 110 for about the next 2 years, and there you go.
Yeah. We'll see you in 1.15.
Yeah.
Oh, easy to fix for you. Okay, well, that's good. I'm sure everybody appreciates your ease of fixing.
That's good.
Cool.
In 1.15.
Okay, good. So we have one or two more things to discuss, but we want to have people start lining up for questions. So if you have a question for anyone on the panel about mods, mod packs, mod pack development, there's a microphone in the back there. This gentleman in red is waving his hand. So start forming a line back there. And while you guys are lining up, I'm going to ask the group another question. And we're going to have a good number of questions here probably. So I'll quickly touch on. So since you all develop mod packs, what do you think is important when you're developing a mod pack? What are some of the processes you go through, and what are some of the things that are important for anybody who might be interested in developing their own mod pack?
For me, the biggest thing is balance and basically making it so that you cannot, especially if it's something that's supposed to be a pack that you don't jump in and immediately you've won in the first few hours, right? You want something that if you put a mod in, you want to be able to work towards it based on, where it should fit. For instance, something that gives you a sword that's going to do insane amounts of damage. You want that to be something that you want to get later on, if at all. You don't want the game to feel like you've acquired something or you've built something that is going to take you and coast you through the rest of the game. Because at the end of the day, that's not exciting for somebody unless you really just like to run around a VOP and not really have something that you're working towards. The other thing that is really important to me, and this comes from like a music background, is that phrasing. Essentially, how long it takes to get from point A to B to C, all the way through. So you don't feel like if you're doing a quest-based mod pack or something, or you're going for item A and going for item B, you want to feel like they're just hard enough to reach, but not so hard where it's frustrating.
Or feels like a grind.
Yeah. And some grind is good in certain places, but you have to choose where those are going to be. So the player feels like, ultimately you want the player to play all these hours, but it feels like it's just been so fast because they feel like everything just quickly runs through. But really, ultimately, it took you a lot longer. So so pacing and phrasing is really important to me.
Cool.
This might sound like a given, but it's fun. The pack should be fun. It should engage you. You want to have a reason to go, I want to get home from school, from work, and I want to go play it. And when you finish, and you're having your dinner or you're sitting going to bed, you're going in your head going, I should do it this way, or maybe if I change that, or it engages you, it makes it fun. That to me is probably the rule that I always come back to. On top of that, you talk about the balance of it, because you need that balance to make it fun. Because what one person will find fun, another person will find really boring, or another person will find exciting. So you've got to try and find a way to get as much fun as possible for all people, but in a way that doesn't annoy as a large amount of people too. And sometimes that actually comes down to multiple packs, where one pack might be a hardcore difficulty challenge, but still has some balance and some fun and some excitement. The other one might be a let's go crazy and build mega structures, and so you make a pack depending upon the concept of what is fun, what's going to engage you.
Yeah, I'm just going to add on to what they've said, because I kind of agree with all their points as well. But a big thing for me also now, after doing Infinity Expert Mode, is longevity of a pack. 1.7.10 was such a long period of modded Minecraft that I needed to develop something that you could play for 6 months, and not, like Dark Asta was saying, get something that's overpowered and be done in a week. So that was big. And then for me also developing mod packs is I'll sit back and actually play it. Playability is really important for me. Like you said, I want to make sure it's a fun pack. You can just throw a bunch of random mods together. It doesn't make sense, and a lot of times it's not fun. So I usually develop Infinity to be fun, because it's just an open world default mod pack. We try to put as much balance as possible into it, but we still want it to be fun. And then after that, I focus on performance. What things can I disable, like certain sounds that might lag Java a lot, and I try to just focus on to get your computer the best FPS and to get your server the best TPS, I guess. So those are big for me.
These guys are going to hate me in a second because I'm going to spring some surprises on them. Exactly.
They already hate you, Slow. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
so,
I mean, come on.
So one of the things that's actually come from this MINECON for us is we've been speaking to various people and talk about some new ideas for Modpacks in the future. And one of the ideas actually goes completely against what Dark also just said. And it came from a fairly big streamer who wants us to make a pack that's extremely overpowered. Like where we don't care about balance, where you can just go in and do whatever you want, whenever you want, and have a lot of fun doing it, and we don't care about balance. And
We'll just put EE3 in it.
That's what, yeah, exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, we'll put E3 and maybe...
When it comes to 110.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
I think
Palomar.
it's ready almost. If it's not now, it's about to be ready. But he wants a really, really big, fun pack where we don't care about balance, and it's just, you know, silly. Exactly. And then the other one that I've been speaking to, and I've actually already had people starting work on it, and these guys still don't know about this, so that's going to be funny, is I don't think I've seen yet a mod pack that is aimed at very young Minecraft players. And when I say that, I'm talking about like between 5 and 8 year olds. And it's sort of becoming more aware now that people who are in that age category are playing a lot of Minecraft. And we should maybe be catering to those people as well. And because they're, you know, it's a fantastic audience and they're incredibly creative. So I think we're going to design a really fun, bright, colourful pack for these guys as well so that they can all join in and play. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then there's a couple of ideas that we've got, hopefully for 110, that we're still waiting to confirm that we can actually do them. But what's going to be really cool for this next coming version of Minecraft is we're now going to be working on creating our own mods and our own content. And we're bringing some more mod developers on board to help bring some custom content. And we've got some fantastic ideas. I know Darko has been working really closely with Bacon Donut on Sky Factory 3 to bring some unique stuff to that mod pack. I know that T-Fox has been working with a couple of different mod developers to bring some really cool stuff to FTB Evolved and FTB Infinity when they come out. So I'm really looking forward to the next 12 months in Minecraft. I think it's going to be a fantastic period for mod developers and mod pack developers.
Cool. Anything to add, Q?
In terms of creating a mod pack yourself, if it's your first mod pack, I would probably try and stick to making something that you want to play yourself. Because if you want to play it, then there's a good chance that somebody else is going to want to play it. And that tends to be the way, whenever I put a pack together, that's the way I approach it. I put stuff in that I want to play and make it work for me, and then hopefully there are other people that want to play the same way.
Cool. All right, so let's open it up to some questions. So we'll start with the left microphone, and then we'll switch over to the right one next. So thank you for getting up. What's your question, sir?
Yeah, so what one thing do you think Mojang could do to make, or that could do right now to make the modding community easier or help out the modding community?
I see as you asked that, Sarge is getting up and walking out of the room.
The answer is they're never going to do it, but the actual answer is recognize Forge officially.
Yeah, or
But they're never going to
yeah.
do it. So, and it's understandable why there are reasons why they're not going to do it. But to be fair, to counter that, they're already doing a lot of things now that help make our lives much easier.
Yep.
Modding in Minecraft now is a far better process than it was a few years ago. And we speak to the people at Mojang, and it's a fantastic experience. And like, it is already getting better.
Yep.
Like, it's really good.
Yeah, I'll say that, Sarge, who just, had to go for something, he's worked closely with modders for a long time. He was literally hired by Mojang because of his working on mods and making mods possible in the beginning. So, I mean, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes communication to make things better, but, Cool. Good question, thanks. Over here on the right?
Hey, so my friend, he manages a pack, and it's like become like one of the biggest 1.10 packs. It's like and it's a little pack called Insane for Tech, and we're trying to find more mods for it, more balanced mods. How do you find balanced mods?
I mean, this is okay.
Yeah.
So this is a huge thing with a lot of mods, and then a lot of mods will do this off the bat, or they won't. But a mod and its description in wherever you're finding it, the Minecraft forum or the curse page, is not necessarily going to tell you this. You're gonna have to download the mod and open it up and open the config file up, because even Project EE mods that are generally meant to, or they're thought of being overpowered, doesn't mean that you cannot balance them and make them work in your mod pack. I took Project E and I made it balanced in my own mod pack, which is, which was extremely difficult, but you can do it based on all of the tools you have available to you. You have Mine Tweaker, which is now Craft Tweaker. You have Mod Tweaker. You have access to changing recipes within machines from other mods. You can go in and even for instance, Simply Jetpacks had a wonderful config file. Wild and I had a discussion about this yesterday. You can change the first tier jetpack to be, to last 10 seconds, or you can have it last longer, the fuel requirements. Every mod, we hope that every mod is a great config file. So don't just take it by face value and say, this mod looks to be overpowered. Download it, open it up, see what the configs offer you, and you can make it be balanced for your own purposes.
I would also say, there are other resources. Don't try to do it all yourself. Minecraft forums has a section on mods. Reddit has a section on mods. The FTB forums has a very, very active section on mods, and there's a lot of people who are talking about what they're actually working with there. Use those resources to your benefit. But also one other thing, and this is something I've said for a long time, I'm sure these guys will all agree. The skill in making mod packs is not what mods to put in, it's what mods to leave out. Don't think you need to keep adding to a mod pack when it's already good. If you've got a really good mod pack now, that means you're doing something right. That means you don't necessarily need to keep adding new content to it. If you've got a good formula, stick to it.
I think that's good advice. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
All right, so in a mod pack, is there like any mod pack or mod that you can't play without? Like for me, it's Applied Energistics 2, so.
You'll have to now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This comes down to that whole old question, which is your favourite mod? And it really comes down to not really what is one mod you can't do without, it's what individual function can't you do without. And basically there's about, 12 different functions. Like there's inventory control, there's, what used to be NEI is now JEI, to be able to look through recipes. All these little individual, little groups of functions. I don't think there's really one that I can't do without, and there's been quite a few mod packs I've built just for fun or as an experiment where I've gone, let's not do these normal things, like let's make a pack and not put in tinkers.
Yeah.
Get off the stage.
It is possible. It is possible. So, and I think it's actually important for us as just people who enjoyed the game to do that. Or even if that's in the pack, don't use it. Find a different way of doing it. Explore what's possible. Otherwise, we get blinkered and stuck into this, oh my God, I have to have this mod and it hasn't been updated and I'm stressing out. It's a game. Go and enjoy it. Go and find a different way of doing it.
And I think we're seeing a lot of new mods showing up in 1.10 that are different from what existed in 1.7. So it's refreshing to see, not the same old mods that people have seen every version, right? We're seeing some new stuff show up, so that's pretty cool too. So
I think the only default mod that we put in every single pack is an inventory management mod. So if you've got used to inventory tweaks from 1.7, there's different versions coming up in 1.10, but I think that's the only thing that we say.
NEI or JEI?
NEI, yeah.
Or
But there are
JEI,
some-
we
now.
need some way to look up recipes.
Mouse
That's
tweaks.
it.
Mouse tweaks.
Oh, mouse tweaks.
Once
Mouse
you
tweaks.
start using mouse tweaks, you will never want a game without
Can you tell
it.
T-Fox that? He
It's going to be in the 1.10 packs.
I've never tried it.
There was bugs in 1.7, that's why I didn't use it.
we go.
Mouse Tweaks is one of those mods that if you've never used it and somebody just happens to put it in a pack or you manage to put it in there, it's a mod that once you see what it does, you will want to put it in every pack that you use. It doesn't add any content, it's just convenience in its highest form. It's a wonderful mod.
Cool. I'll write that down. Next question.
What is some mod you should never put in a mod pack?
Dirt to diamonds. I'm not going to say mechanism. There might be some people that get that here. That's coming in now. Anything else?
I mean, you know, as long as I get it from Curse or from the Minecraft forums, I mean, I'll open it up, I'll give it a shot and see. And, you know, I keep politics out of everything with mods. So if it's a good mod and it's a good fit in what I'm developing, I'll use it. So there's really I don't look for anything, you know, no reason not to try it, basically. I mean, unless, like he said, dirt to diamonds, that
Dirt
just
to
doesn't make
diamonds is
sense.
about the only thing.
Yeah,
But that can be in your overpowered mod pack.
Yeah, I mean, no, even
Well,
that
no,
would
it's
be a
got
bit silly.
AE3. Isn't that what that is?
Yeah, that's dirt to diamonds. Just a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
Here's a real answer to that question. Like, there's, is it Tree Capitator, the one that...
Yeah.
No, so here's a real answer. If you're putting in something like Tree Capitator, which is a great mod, works really well, but it's duplicating the functionality of an item that you would get later on in the game.
Like in Tinkers or something.
Like in Tinker's Construct or something like that. Don't do that, because what you're doing is diminishing the mod, the balance of your mod later on the mod pack. So that's the real answer.
Yep. Cool. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you. Direwolf, I've heard that you review mods. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how many mods have you reviewed as a total?
Wow.
Oh, man.
7.
Let me get on Google real quick. Hold on.
That's a good question. You
I
should
don't
find
know.
that answer out.
I mean, it's got to be in the hundreds, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it must
Oh,
be
yeah.
500 plus, I would think.
Yeah. And there's more coming. There's going to be, now that 110 mods are starting to stabilize, so a lot of mod developers have come to me and said, I don't want you to do the mod spotlight yet because my mod's not stable or it's not ready for public consumption. But now that that's starting to happen, like over the past week, I've had like 5 mod developers say, like, can you do a mod spotlight? And I'm like, yeah, maybe when I get back from MINECON. So, yep, lots. Cool. Thank you.
And will you be doing a meet and greet after this?
Yes, so there will be a meet and greet probably out in the hallway as long as we don't get yelled at and told not to. So yeah, anybody who does want to say hi or meet and greet, etc., we'll be right out in the hallway after this.
Okay.
Cool, thanks.
How long does it take to make a Direwolf 20 pack?
I don't
About
know, ask
30
the people
minutes.
who do it.
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, about before lunchtime, generally.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's very simple, and he wants everything.
I mean, phrasing.
He wants a very default mod pack. He wants to play the mod pack as the mod developer intended the mod to be played.
Right.
So he doesn't like when we disable things from the mod unless it's for performance reasons or something along those lines. So he just wants a default. So when we grab his pack, we throw everything together. If it launches, then we start testing.
Yeah.
And then we send it to him. He's really happy, and that's it.
It used to take us about 2 hours, but then we got the Curse client, and that's fantastic.
It's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
great.
But we don't tell him that.
No, I know that. Well, because my mod pack, I intend for people to learn the mods, right? So if I make major drastic changes to the way the mods work, people are going to use my pack, and then they're going to go to another pack and be like, it's not how Dyer showed me it worked. It's not. What? He lied. And so I want people to learn the mods through my pack. So that's why they're in the default mode.
A lot of testing goes into his pack, though. Building the pack is a very, very small. It's 5% of the process, and then the other 95% is testing for stability. And another big thing is all the cross mod stuff. Like, will this pipe crash when you hook it to this machine from a different mod?
Right.
Those are the crashes the mod developers don't get on their own because they're generally testing their mod in their own environment. But
or
when
even
you
something
start,
as simple as a recipe conflict,
Right,
Like
exactly,
two
yep.
items from different mods have the same recipe, and that is easy to miss.
so that takes, I would say, usually from the start, when he gives me a list saying, hey, this is what I want in my pack, it's about a 1-month process before you guys will have it on the launcher.
Right.
Thank you. You answered both of my questions with that.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a really big mod fan, and I have 2 questions for Feed the Beast. Number 1, are you still gonna make packs for 1.7.10?
No.
No.
Okay, then that answers my second.
Sorry.
No, to be fair, it's not that 1.7.10 is bad, it's just that we kind of understand that part of Feed the Beast's responsibility is to help move mods forward.
Oh, actually,
Because,
I
and that's
just
why.
thought another one.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I have a different style of mod pack. What about like a mod pack where its like sole purpose is to like have crazy amounts of fun, like maybe put lucky blocks in there, or maybe put like insane fun mods like that.
So that's what I was saying before, that we've been asked to make a pack that's just generally completely overpowered and ridiculous and silly. And Lucky Blocks is one of those mods that would probably fit right in there because it's completely overpowered and ridiculous and silly. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. Cool. Over here.
So firstly, applied energistics is being updated, so you won't have to wait for that very long.
Cool.
I'm hoping. Secondly, mechanism is awesome. And thirdly, my actual question, what are the requirements to get a mod pack featured on FTB?
On FTB?
You can't. I mean, you mean a mod or a mod pack?
Mod pack.
That Curse handles the featuring of mod packs. That's not Feed the Beast.
Yeah. Are you talking about on the FTB launcher?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still do it anymore because we're deprecating our launcher in the near future and we're putting all of our stuff onto the Curse client. It's just something that we've been working towards for the last couple of years. I mean, Feed the Beast, and some people might wonder why, but Feed the Beast originated as a mod pack developer. And we only put out the client just to make things easier for everybody else. And we don't have the facilities, and we certainly didn't used to have the facilities to just keep plowing development into it. And Curse came along, and they do have those facilities to do that. I will tell you this, though, that Curse is really, really good for featuring new mod packs as well. Like, you're not stuck to just the Feed the Beast client. So as far as your answer goes, I don't think we're actually featuring any more new ones, but I can check and I'll tweet it out and let you know if that is wrong. I'd have to ask Watchful, who's the guy who runs the third-party system.
I think we do.
Do we feel?
We do feature a pack in our newsletter, I think on a monthly basis or 2 monthly basis. So
yeah,
and that's basically just chosen by Watchful.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
What is your opinion on the Technic launcher, and is it still viable?
What's that?
The who now?
Let me answer your question honestly. Like, there used to be a problem between Feed the Beast and Technic because we had different philosophies in mods. That problem doesn't exist anymore, and it hasn't done for a long time. The Technic launcher or the Technic team now, to my best knowledge, they don't really even compete with Feed the Beast anymore because they are primarily a launcher and they're not a mod pack development team anymore. And their main focus these days is the distribution of third-party mod packs. The difference between the way that they do it and the way that we do it is when it comes to the mod packs, all the mod packs on the Technic launcher are basically hosted on servers that are controlled by the people who make the mod packs. And on the Feed the Beast launcher, all of the mod packs that are distributed through the Feed the Beast launcher are hosted on our servers. So we can check every single one of them to make sure that the integrity is good and the mods are safe. It's just a different way of doing things. I wouldn't advise you to use it. I wouldn't advise you to not use it because I don't spend a lot of time anymore looking at what they do. And it's the same for the AET launcher. I don't spend a huge amount of time looking at what they do either because we have our way of doing it. And that's the way we've always done it. It's the way we will always do it, is to make sure that the people who are getting mod packs, we want to know that what you're getting has been checked by people who know what they're doing and that that content is safe. So that's the real answer.
Cool. Next.
Is there any plans for adding support for like light loader or other custom tweakers into Curse or FTB?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they already do, don't they?
Light loader?
Yeah, it's just a jar. You just drop it in your mods folder, correct? Yeah.
And for the featured packs, there's going to be a process soon where we can apply their packs to be featured.
Okay.
Okay.
For those that didn't hear you, that was one of the guys from Curse. So what he was basically saying is light loader support is basically already there. You can load it through the jar. And somebody asked before about featured packs, and they're working on that process now.
Yeah,
so
it'll be an application process.
You'll be able to apply for it, basically.
So you can apply.
Mm-hmm. Cool, thanks.
Thanks.
All right. So with the increasing amount of mods that kind of integrate into vanilla Minecraft, like horses and the different new animals and the new mechanics and new blocks, do you ever think that some of your mod packs will become obsolete?
Never. We're the people, like, I'm not going to diss Mojang, but it's very, very hard to find a piece of content that they add that wasn't already added in by a mod. And no matter how good they are, they're a team of, I don't know how many's working on Java now. Is it 10 people or something like that? I don't know. Oh, sorry. All right. 5 people. So they're 5 people. The mod development world is thousands of people. There's no way they could even remotely try to keep up with the mod development world. We'll always be ahead of them on
Can't
stuff
say
like
I've seen
that.
polar bears.
I can't say I've seen cursed enchantments either, which is what they... Is that unique, I think, maybe? Yeah, exactly. You've never played a mod in your life, have you? Never. No, I'm not even remotely worried.
I think at the end of the day, you can play vanilla, and modders or people who are aspiring modders are going to play vanilla, and it's nothing against Mojang or any other game that people mod. People are always going to play those games, and something isn't going to work the way they'd like it to, and they're going to make a mod to do that. Something is missing in their opinion, or something is needing to be tweaked, and there's that many people out there that just want to add that. So any game that has small, big, medium budget, whatever, have more people, less people, there's always somebody out there who wants to add something. So I don't think that it's ever going to be obsolete for any game.
All right. And also, one more thing. Do you ever have like fun glitches that you think are so like hilarious or fun that you would keep them in the game or even make them part of the mod?
We find a lot of glitches. Some of them are kind of fun, but I try to get rid of all of them if possible.
Yeah.
There's some that are just in mode, in vanilla Minecraft that unfortunately we can't really do much about, but we try not to advertise them, obviously. I mean,
The most fun glitch we ever had, they took out the game themselves, and that was when you used to have the minecarts. If anybody remembers old Minecraft, and we used to have the booster tracks with the minecarts,
Oh,
you'd
the
stack
booster
tons
tracks,
of them on
yes.
top of each other,
Yeah.
and then you could shoot them off. That was the most fun thing. I'm sorry, Grum, I know you're like, but it was true. Everybody loved that, and then you just went and took our toys away.
That's what you get for attending this panel.
Yay!
Thank you. Next question over here, I think.
So, what's your favorite mod pack?
oh.
Ooh. Let's go down from there.
I honestly, to be completely honest, my favorite mod pack and the reason that I got started into making mod packs is probably UHS3. That was the first mod pack I ever played because I didn't know anything or any better. And I thought it was I watched people play it and they were much better than I. So I said, let's get UHS3. It sounds great, having only played vanilla. And it was first a horrible experience. My base was taken down by a tornado. But that probably is my favorite because that is the one that sparked my interest in making mod packs and looking more into it. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
I loved making that pack. Honestly, and it just goes back to the other side. Darko made a pack called Journey to the Core, and I played that just after making Ultra Hard Survival and going through that and enjoying and really engaging in hardcore. And then this guy stepped it up to a whole new level with multiple dimensions, multiple ways for mobs to kill you. And the first time I played it, I was a screaming little thing in the corner, and that just excited me more to play it more. And that realization that you've actually have beaten the pack, where you've actually gotten through the whole thing to the end, is the harder the game is, the more achievement that I felt with it. And to this day, I mean, I'm going through other packs, and I loved Crash Landing, I love my big open world packs, but that one, I always come back to, that one really, really excited me.
I would say for me, it was probably in 1.4, Feed the Beast Ultimate was my favorite pack. That was really when I first got heavily into playing mod packs, and I discovered Feed the Beast. And I remember being able to start a world and playing for 3 or 4 months on that world and not getting bored, where, a lot of stuff in 1.2 was all based around EE2, and it was a great mod, but I like to have a challenge, kind of. longevity in E2, you could, be pretty much in game in a few hours, it seemed like. So that is where I loved Ultimate. So by far, it's probably my favorite pack as a player.
I'm going to answer too.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to.
Go on. If it's anything that says direwolf in the name, then...
it's not.
Cool.
It was Infinity Evolved Expert Skyblock was my personal favorite. I thought I like automation, and pretty much everything in that pack was you need to automate it, because if you don't, you'll spend hours doing it.
Well, good. Do you want to be a consultant on the next one?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll beta test it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I am kind of going to repeat 2 mod packs I've already mentioned. Mine used to be FTB Ultimate, because I thought that was amazing. And it kind of just worked. It was really weird how that happened. My current favorite mod pack, the one I'm playing the most these days, is Skyblock Expert Mode. Like, the work that T-Fox did on that blew my mind. It was something that we'd never seen before, and it just, it's because I had no involvement in the development of Expert Mode, really, apart from a few little, quiet words.
You let me do it.
Yeah, I just let him get on with it, and he
I think you even said that's a stupid idea, don't do it.
Yeah, you did.
I did
when I first
actually
said
say
yeah.
it was a really, we had a lot of arguments, because to give you guys an idea, this is genuinely true, we went back and investigated. It's over 3,000 man-hours went into that pack, just the expert mode, when you take into account the development and the beta testing, and that's a massive commitment of time from our point of view into one pack that was a completely new concept, and we had no idea if anybody would play it.
Yeah.
But it worked, and that's not really the point, though. The point is it was a really, really good mod pack. There was a lot of fun to play over a long period of time. I've never played a mod pack where getting a bucket was an achievement, and it felt like an achievement. And that did that, so that's my favorite.
I spent a lot of hours on that pack, and I had planned to play it again at
Awesome.
some point.
That's good to hear. I'm
So,
glad.
yeah.
It was worth all the development then.
My personal favourite is one that I go back to on a fairly regular basis and play, which is the original Insanity SSP map.
FTB
and pack.
Insanity, yeah.
FTB Insanity, that one.
The pyramid one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes and plays it every year.
Every
I'm playing
year.
it right now.
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
he's playing the
I just
multiplayer.
finished it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then
He
you started your
still plays
series.
the multiplayer
It's-
for fun.
yeah, I just can't get enough of it.
Cool. Thank you for your question. That was a good one. Over here, I believe, is next.
How long do you think a mod pack with all of the mods that in existence would take to load?
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. Yeah, there's no way.
It just wouldn't.
And is there any plans to add huge mods like Ore Spawn into any mod packs?
Which mod?
Ore Spawn.
I don't even know which mod that is. Have you seen it?
What is it called?
I don't know.
Or spawn.
Or spawn.
I don't.
Probably in the fun pack. They could go into the fun pack.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Cool. Thank you.
It's mining chance cubes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
But
No.
you don't know what it is.
It won't be an infinity.
No, no.
So first off, I have a suggestion for a mod. So this is a mod idea I've had for a really long time, and I've kind of struggled to get it out there. It's been kind of a pet peeves of mine, where in mod packs there's bajillions of armor and cosmetics and all types of things to make your character look different. But some armors, like maybe you get to the top tier armor, and I don't know, you don't like how it looks, so you want to change how it looks. My idea was basically sort of like in Terraria, where if you have a cosmetics thing, like instead an armor equip section in your inventory as well as a cosmetics section.
Have you played World of Warcraft?
No, I have not.
You're asking for something called transmogrify, where I can take one armor and turn it into something different on the cosmetic level?
No.
What then?
But like, very similar to that idea. My idea is basically maybe you'd have in your inventory, you would be wearing a iron helmet, but
Yeah.
you would also be wearing a I don't know, leather helmet, but it would look like you're wearing the leather helmet.
So one gives you the effect and the other gives you the cosmetic?
Yes.
Yeah. Great idea. Is there any mod developers here?
There
you go.
That mod does exist.
Does it?
I don't know if it's been updated to 110, but that mod does exist.
That's we'll have a look, see if we can find it. It's a good idea.
Thank you.
Cool. Over here.
I was, now I'm blanking.
Don't worry, it happens every time. It'll come.
I'm actually between mod packs right now, so I'm looking for suggestions on mod packs. Something very techy, and I hate magic. So, no magic.
Fair enough. I don't know off the top of my head.
Tech-based.
Well, okay, so,
Well-
I mean, honestly, Infinity, FTB Infinity, expert mode or just normal mode is a great, mod pack for that. Sky Factory is also a great pack. It has magic mods in it, but it's not, I mean, every mod in that mod pack, we've talked about this plenty of times, you don't have to do, they're not required. You can choose to do only a tech route. I mean, because Sky Factory was built upon Bacon Donut, who was a big tech mod person. So that's basically what the mod pack is always really centered around. So Sky Factory and FTB Infinity are two great packs. I think are great for that.
Yeah, we used to do, back a couple years ago, we would do a tech pack and a magic pack, and then we would do a big kitchen sink pack like Infinity. And honestly, the amount of downloads compared to what Infinity gets, it really wasn't worth their time to do the separate packs. And now the performance is so much better. You might as well just load up a larger pack and ignore the magic stuff if you want to play with the tech stuff. And then if you want to play on a server with your friends and they want to do magic, you guys can play together. So that's how we look at it as on the development side.
One of the specific things we actually tested for in Infinity Expert Mode was that you could complete the tech path and the magic path independently of each
Separately.
other. Like, you do not have
Except
to
for the
touch-
very weird items we added last
Yeah.
moment, the real creative stuff. But
The very, very end goal items, you would need to do both. But for 95% of that mod pack, you don't need to touch magic at all.
Well, what I was thinking is, for example, Thumbcraft has Taint. I haven't played it in so long, I don't know if it exists anymore. So something that will hinder my progress, that forces me to go into magic.
Well, the Sky Factory would, not Sky Factory, so yeah, Sky Factory would do that because it doesn't have any taint.
Well, yeah, any pack that I make or work on, I turn taint spread off. It
yeah,
doesn't
we
mean
do the
that you're
same
gonna
thing
have,
on all the FTB packs
Yeah,
as
it
well.
doesn't mean you might have the biome, but it's strictly stuck to that biome, and that's all you're going to see from us.
It's great. I don't know if these guys remember, it's really funny when Formcraft first updated to 1.7, I think it was, and we were on the ForgeCraft server testing it, and Taint.
Oh, it was 1.8.9. I
Was
was
it
on it too.
1.8.9?
It
Yeah,
ate
so
up the whole
Everybody
world.
came to my base to say,
Yeah.
oh, I want to check out Phonecraft. And all of a sudden, it was just like purple everywhere.
It got, because it was an exponential growth, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
like, we were getting the dust, about 10 of us, in creative mode to try and limit it. And there's people here who obviously saw it. It was spreading so fast that we literally could not keep on top of it.
Well, there was a bug in that Taint would go up and it was supposed to come down when Taint effects happened, but he forgot to do the subtraction, so Taint just stayed at the max level forever. And so like there was just constant effects all around
Point
my base.
being, I'm with you on Taint. Like,
Point being, I need a mod that keeps these people away from my base. I need a security mod, please.
FTB utilities.
Yeah. So I think we might have one more quick question. We have 3 minutes left, and it's probably going to be 2 minutes in a second. So over here on the right, I believe.
Hey, well, that worked out pretty well for me, I guess.
Cool.
One more. So just recently, we heard the announcement of Minecraft add-ons. From the modder's perspective, how do you think that'll affect you? What's your opinion on it? An official statement on Minecraft add-ons?
It shouldn't affect us because it's still two different markets. I am really, really happy that it's coming out because it introduces more vanilla players to the concept of adding new content into your game. And I think that, as far as we're concerned, it can only be a good thing. I'm really interested to sit down and take a closer look at it to see if it's something that we can get involved in. I don't know if that's the case yet. It's far too early to say. But yeah, anything that adds new content and is endorsed by Mojang is only a good thing because it introduces people to that new idea of that you're not restricted to just what comes in the launcher of vanilla.
Yep.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So
Thank
it's a
you.
good thing.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So
18 seconds.
We have 17 seconds left.
So at this point, I will say thank you, everyone, for coming out to the FTB panel. There will be a meet and greet outside in the hallway, so if you want to come over and say hi to anybody, feel free. And
did we want to do a selfie? A
If
big
you
crowd
want to.
selfie. Can everybody in the middle so we can do a big selfie type thing if you want to do that, and then we can put it up.
All right, and I'll sign off by saying, take it easy.
Bye.